about the number of European titles we've won, or the history of the club, or the tradition of the club. They are just interested.
Well, it really doesn't mean anything to them. Let's be honest.
It really doesn't mean anything to them, and this is where you question the English FA or people interested and people regulating football in England. You see this kind of business coming into your football, and you are doing nothing to stop it. Doing nothing
because of the bilateral relationship that exists between America and England. It's almost impossible. You would rather have that, or would you have Saudi money, Qatar money, and Russian money? So they're trying to say, okay, we would rather have clean money. And I've always said that there's no billionaire with a clean money.
You can create excuses for maybe the English FA, but in the German league, you see the 50+1 rule, where fans have a say into what the future of the club decides.
English people are too poor. English people are English. You know that the English public are like Nigerians.
Yeah.
They pretend like they have what they don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, so we learn that from them anyway. English people are too poor, too lazy to even get the 50+1 rule will not work in England. Like, let's be very honest. They will set the whole stadium ablaze. See, English have the most touts in the world. They have like crazy people. If those fans believe that they have 49% of the club, they burn the club. No, those people. See, for that one, I'm with the English FA. For that one, I mean,
but there is a way you can regulate an influx of foreign investors in your country, and
the economy will collapse. So.
No. There is a way you can. And probably set the tone. Like, you can't just buy into a big club like Manchester United and just turn it into like an average club overnight. Ever since the Glazers have bought Manchester United, we've seen a steady decline in Manchester United on-field performances. Same as Arsenal, same as even Liverpool. It's because of their model, and Liverpool is just like an outlier, an exception.
Yeah.
It's because of they have good data analyst or good recruitment, and they have a good coach. So Liverpool is the only exception. Even Liverpool, there's still a limit to how much they can spend. So the Americans are only interested in making profit. So it's they don't understand the ambition of a club. So there are some owners like maybe Roman just wants to win. Roman doesn't care about the loss. You can see from Chelsea's revenue, they've been losing money steadily for the past few years now, and you can see this. Like let's say the Qataris, the ambition, sports wash.
Yeah,
they want to launder the image of a club, of their country, so they will invest any amount of money to make it look as if.
But you know that sports watch thing that we always talk about. I always say that. Is the British media that cook up that to satisfy their narrative. What's sports wash? What does it really mean? You think that because they're investing money in sports, the image of their country is going to be laundered? The image of their country is still the image of their country. They are who they are. The thing is, the British people will take your money and label you whatever they want to label you and do whatever. But let me take some messages from Facebook. Ogunyemi Habib says, bad days ahead at Chelsea. These Chelsea fans should know. For me, no exception. Richard 20 says, how on earth would Barca want to pay that amount of money for Lewandowski? Lewandowski is a goal scorer, is a goal scoring machine. So that's why I think that's too much for a player of that age. I greet you especially, and I greet you too. So people are reacting. Let me bring you on board on this one. People are reacting to Barcelona wanting to sign Lewandowski, and the money is getting almost to 50 million euros. What do you think for his age and the problems that Barcelona have got? But before you answer that, let me read some of the messages that we have on the YouTube live stream. I want to say massive shout out to Dr. Shubode Mutalib Ayodeji in who all the way in Pakistan is doing training there and has helped us to get some wonderful guys to do shout out for us all the way from Pakistan. Thank you very much. Lord Mayor say, boss, question, is World Cup... Okay, no, I think we'll pass that one. Akimbola Larry says, good morning, Idafe, good morning to you. We are in for a great show today. Yes, we are. Lord Mayor, those girls no go happy at all. Our sports is dead under this government. And then Lord Mayor want to say, man, you signing, go hard, but they go sign the young. Okay, Adishala Ofoma says, good morning, Elagata, good morning to you. Lord Mayor said, we shall see cheap for them now. Okay, and then Lord Mayor said, American owners destabilize spending for So they destabilize spending for football. Okay. Additional information: Liverpool is the only club owned by American owners that is progressing. They have somehow run it differently from the other American owners. Was worried from day one when they put in their bid. We'll watch. So I think what happened with Liverpool was the Moneyball principle. So FSG believed in the Moneyball principle that worked in the NFL, and they decided, you know what, let's apply that principle of analytics and data to get in the players. If we get in the quality players for not too expensive money, and they are able to live up to the standard, we're good. Yeah. And you know, they brought in a coach whose leadership style is getting everybody to be a leader. So the difference between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, for instance, is the fact that with Pep Guardiola there's one leader and then a lot of followers, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Which is, people try to look at it like it's bad. No, your way is your way, my way is my way. Yeah. Your way can be good and my way can be good. I don't always think that we always need to say, oh, the Pep way is not good and then the Klopp way is good.
There's one way of leadership.
There's no one way of leadership. Yeah. For Jurgen Klopp believes that I'm going to make everybody responsible. Everybody is a leader, and if I say go through the wall, but you know there is a zombie-ish way to that. Yeah. Okay. Also with the Pep way, because when you have a very strong leader,
that's why Zlatan called Pep Guardiola's mentors or players zombies. Like they only do what he says, and there's no if or buts or don't. You just do what Pep says.
But so from where I'm coming from my football school, my football understanding, the coach's law, it's not a democracy per se. What Zlatan wanted in Barcelona, let's be very honest, it's not practicable. This older Zlatan will not try that. What Zlatan was a loose cannon. Now I'm a fan of Zlatan. I played in Sweden. I love the guy, but there's something we all have to agree. Zlatan may say all those things. He might feel disappointed that Barcelona was his dream club and they kicked him out of the club, and he holds Pep responsible for all of that decision. But let's be very, very honest here. What Pep and Barcelona was building at the time was bringing players from the academy. These are not players that were signed from top of the line club. Bringing players from the academy and grooming them in a particular kind of way. Another thing that people didn't understand, or people like Zlatan would never understand, was that Barcelona is a Catalonian club, and this was an era where Catalonia was seeking their own independence. They didn't want players that would come in and portray an identity that's not, because the whole Catalonian independence was built around the club called Barcelona. So they needed to be very, very noiseless, very quiet, very seamless, pending the time where they are free. But unfortunately that didn't happen because the European Union didn't support them, and some people were arrested and taken to jail. But asking that players should not fall in line with what a coach wants, until Zlatan becomes a coach, you might not understand.
Exactly.
You understand? So because when you want to do the things that you mind, a rebel is a rebel. But until you get into the position of leading, when you flip from, and Mandela is a very good example. And let me explain what I mean by Mandela. When Mandela was a freedom fighter, was a rebel, the woman he needed in his life was another rebel, right? Winnie Mandela. When Mandela was coming out of prison, and this is a woman that has stuck with him all these 27 years that he's been in prison. When it was time for Mandela to become the president of the country, but Winnie had not cut off the cloth of rebel, what's it called? What's that word called now? Somebody that is always leading protests. Activism, right? Winnie had not realized that, okay, we have changed side. He divorced Winnie. And what did he do? He went to go and marry the wife of a former Zimbabwean, Mozambican president. You know why? Because that woman understands the ethics of diplomacy, how to entertain governors, president, leaders. That if you judge it from one angle, you say that Mandela was wicked, was ungrateful, right?
He was not loyal.
Yeah, wasn't loyal. But narrative is narrative. They make Mandela look like he's the greatest man alive, he's the best, everything about Mandela is fantastic. But it's not true, right? But we're not even going to go into that one. So when Zlatan is talking from a player perspective. Zlatan one day, now he now owns a club, 50% of a club, Hammarby. One day is going to either want to coach or as the owner of a club, would you love to have a player like him in his team? I'm not sure you would.
I doubt that. But because some players are self-centered and they only look at, okay, I want to score goals, I want to do this, I want to do that. They fail to realize the job of a coach and the job of others around them.
Yeah.
So I think even recently, when he spoke recently, he's now beginning to understand that, okay, it's not about me, it's about the team, it's about the Milan team, it's about the players.
Yeah.
It's about giving them support. Even though you are not playing, you can't be the old Zlatan that you were, being self-centered and just being focused on scoring goals and all that selfish ambition. But now it's about the team. But I won't really fault players, because the older they progress, the more they come to the realization that these things that I used to
Less of me, more of the team.
Yeah, less of me, more of the team. So
Quintin, is a good morning, boss. I beg updates on Chelsea. I beg. There's not much update to give on Chelsea right now. Chelsea are all over the place. The new owners, Bruce Brock has left. Mariana Granovska have also left. There is actually nobody to hold the fort for them, so they need to get those kind of people. But what I hear from the grapevine is that they are also looking for people. One, they're trying to poach that guy from Liverpool that helps Liverpool to do all their scouting and the rest. But then they're also trying to get some people. Another plan that they put forward that I don't think that might happen. They were trying to go get Peter Kenyon back, who started the room.
I'm also hearing rumors about Ed Woodward.
I'm also hearing that rumor of Ed Woodward, but I'm wondering if that's going to happen. But then Ed Woodward is the kind of guy who would bring in a lot of sponsors.
Manchester United fan, I pray that happens for them. Like I want, or whatever I felt as a Manchester United fan.
No, that's not going to happen to Chelsea. No. Now, you can bring in Ed Woodward, but they are not going to suffer what you guys suffered at Manchester United.
Can.
You know what? No, let me explain that. Man United didn't suffer because of Ed Woodward. Man United suffered because of Sir Alex Ferguson. So Sir Alex had created built a castle in the air. Now, because of how powerful he was, nobody was seeing the problem. It's like guarding a city with a dragon.
Yeah.
When that dragon is young and strong and virile and active, it's fine. But don't forget that dragon will grow old.
Yeah.
While you're using just that one dragon, which is Alex Ferguson, to guard the city, the other cities around were building armies.
Yeah.
We're building structures. We're getting ready. It's like Lord's Mobile. A time is going to come when that dragon will become very weak and not strong enough. I was like, do you play Lord Mobile? I don't play Lord Mobile, but it doesn't mean I don't know shit about it. So get out of here and stop acting like what's with the Lord Mobile team. So I think Sir Alex Ferguson did not allow, when Sir Alex Ferguson came into that Manchester United, there were football director, there were a lot of people, chairman, board, and all those people. Sir Alex Ferguson systematically erased them. He had the African leader mentality. He Robert Mugabe Manchester United. He commandeered Manchester United to himself, eliminated all those people.
Exactly.
Signing of players is by phone call. You call Sir Alex, and I've seen one player here, the way you sign Baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I see this player is good, or we go and play a match and somebody plays well against Manchester United, you're signing the player already. And sacking of players, Alex Ferguson just saying text message, you are out of the club. That's what they did to Roy Keane, that's what they did to Ruud van Nistelrooy, Jaap Stam, David Beckham, even Cristiano Ronaldo.
But Sir Alex is part of the problem, not the problem.
Is the major problem. Is the major problem. Just the same way Arsene Wenger is the devil that put us now where we are. Thank God for Arteta is trying to save us now. So at the end of the day, with Chelsea, they don't have that kind of discombobulated structure. They still have a structure.
But the structure was what Abramovich built.
Yes.
And
so the exit.
The two pillars have left.
That's the thing. That's the reason why I say Ed Woodward coming is not going to repeat Man United. You know why? Because that exit where Mariana is living, somebody's going to feel it.
Yeah.
Where Bruce Brock is living, somebody's going to feel it. Ed Woodward is going to come feel somewhere. But Man United didn't have any place to feel. So they had gone like that for like 10, 15 years. So it was a narrow strait that everybody. It's like building a runway in an international airport in Ado-Ekiti.
Yeah.
Maybe one plane once in a year. That's what you have.
Exactly.
And then comparing it to Dubai, where every 3 minutes there's a plane landing or taking off. You understand?
But you are in a position of power, like Ed Woodward. You were there for like 10 years.
He came to fix a problem.
But you were there for 10 years and you didn't correct any of those mistakes.
Because he was a marketing guru. Ed Woodward is the marketer. Do you realize that in the 10 years of Ed Woodward, Manchester United made more money than the 26 years of Sir Alex Ferguson? Because he was good at bringing in deals.
I don't buy that now.
No, the sponsorship. See, listen.
Manchester United is a big club, so it's easy for anybody to leverage on that fact that they're a big brand to make money.
Why is AC Milan not leveraging on that? They're not a big club. Barcelona are they not bigger than Manchester United? Why are they not leveraging on that? See, you have to have somebody who can walk into the room and talk to people. Yeah. So now, when I was a presenter in Brilla, let me tell you this. When I was a presenter in Brilla, I thought that bringing in money was easy. After all, we're doing the talking on the radio, so why can't the money come in? Now I'm a CEO of a business, and partner in another company, and we'll see. We're not going to Morocco now because of small $150,000. It's that small, right? In the scheme of things. I remember just January here we raised $300,000. Now it's different. So you've got to understand that sometimes all you need is to have people in the room who speak to you. It's not because of your name.
It's easier if you have the name.
If you have
the name.
I do not agree, because last year I bidded against 7 of the biggest media company. From a company that's just been registered, that have not done anything, we don't have any, and we won.
You have the track record.
I mean, my track record have nothing to do with people. How can you put my track record against a multi-choice? You can't put my track. My track record is nothing compared to multi-choice, Integra, Taegi. No, you can't. But guess what? I have somebody in the room. So it's always important. I cannot discredit Ed Woodward because he brought in all of these American companies to come and sponsor your business. Yeah. Those guys don't give a hoot about what you do, but our guy. 3 months ago, I have a conversation with somebody in Nike, and it was a business conversation. And she said something that was very, very instructive. She said, listen, if I leave this office, and she's leaving now, if I leave this office, Nigeria may not get Nike again, because I have been the one responsible for Africa for the last couple of years, and my kids. Now this is the reason why Nigeria have Nike. My kids loves Nigeria. Your Kosha, your Mokachi, and the rest of them, and they always want to wear. No, she's not. She's white. She's from Switzerland. But they always want to have the Kosha jersey, the Mokachi's jersey, and so Nigeria was the thing. Part of the 2018 design was part of the children. They love Nigerian music as well. That's the funny thing. The funny, crazy thing. They've never been to Nigeria, but they love Nigerian. And because of that woman, we've got all those Nike support. Now she's leaving. But she's not going to another kit manufacturing company. And coincidentally, we didn't qualify for the World Cup, right? In all of this small thing, this small moment, that woman made it possible for my camera crew to go to the Netherlands and capture the meetings inside the Nike office and all the discussion, because I was thinking we were going to qualify for World Cup. We were also supposed to, because of that, if I had qualified for World Cup, Nike would have given my company $300,000. Now we don't have that money. My point is, you need to have somebody on this side. Sometimes it's not about track record. It's just about somebody who's on the inside, who likes what you're doing and who's speaking on your behalf. And it's very, very important. Even in the God structure, is that not what the Holy Spirit does? So you need to have somebody on the inside, and that's Ed Woodward's job. And he came in to meet the club like that. He didn't realize that he needed to change the structure. Because if he does, people will say, why are you changing the structure? This structure is working, and this is Silas when he used this structure to win all this title. Why are you changing it? If it's not broken, you don't fix it. Until you start realizing, now they are realizing, okay, something is wrong with this structure. Something is wrong.
And it took them 10 years to realize that.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. Nigeria, we're just realizing that say Baba is not say Baba. I mean, it's taking us 7 years, going to the 8th one. Okay? But they do not all come out and say, this is the guy, this is the man of integrity. Where's the integrity today? Sometimes you don't realize something early enough. I understand your young mind's like, oh, that is Barcelona. No, it's not like that. Okay, let's go back to the messages on the stream. Emmanuel Okota is a good example with Winnie and Mandela. Thank you very much, bros. One day I used this example somewhere, and people who were madly in love with Mandela didn't see what I was saying.
Yeah.
They turned on me. I was like, but it's a fact.
Exactly.
Okay? But
same as Gandhi too.
Yeah, Gandhi did the same thing. But people don't understand this whole. It takes a whole lot, yeah. My uncle, God bless his soul, the late Otuta Fudu Shifsilo will say the way you speak to educated people is different from the way you speak with illiterate. So you've got to understand your audience before you open your mouth. You might be saying something good and still get beaten by the mob.
Even the use of language itself, like I have noticed the trend of the way educated people speak English, or even their native language, even Yoruba. You see the way educated people speak Yoruba, and you see the way the illiterate speak Yoruba. There's like a gulf.
Massive gulf.
Yeah.
It's a massive gulf, and sometimes you just have to like. My former chairman will say, chop life, sharp rice, live stone. Okay, Johnson Akingboye say, good morning, boss, good morning. How is transfer news about Barcelona, Dembele, Lewandowski, and others? Is there? I'm going to come to the transfer gist. I'm getting close to it. Emmanuel Okonta, I said the difference between Ferguson and Arsene was the former was able to intimidate the refs to win EPL Cups, while the latter did not command that authority. Yeah, I understand that. He said, I concur. Your network is your network. Align yourself with the right people and you can do great things even when you don't have the money. OPM. Okay, so now let's shift gear to why you are here. So yeah, a couple of days ago, I jumped into my inbox and I saw this long message from you. Was it on what did you send it to?
Tuesday.
On Facebook or so?
No, Instagram.
Instagram. So now I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages every single day. People my brother is in the hospital, my mother is sick, my this is that. Now one of the things that I've come to realize I don't know. I'm going to ask you. You follow me, right?
Yeah, I do.
Do I put out a signal that I'm rich? Do I paint this picture? Because I might not know.
I'm also in that situation too. People think I'm rich.
You do look rich. You do look rich. But I just want to know. Do I put out a signal that I'm a rich person?
To the average Nigerian, you're well traveled. You've been to almost, I don't know, how many countries?
52.
52.
That doesn't make you richer.
You don't.
No, so I've been traveling since I was 3 months old. That's something that people need to understand. The traveling was not a yesterday experience. Like you could say I'm practically born traveling. Right? So it doesn't really connote that I'm rich, but it just connotes that I have opportunities
to travel.
Yeah.
How many people can travel?
So this argument is I'm not going to survive this argument. But that doesn't mean I'm rich.
But you give off rich vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
Please, can somebody teach me how to give poor vibes? Because it might just be the reason why people are not helping me. Like I don't get help. No, but see, I've asked people for help before. I bet my friend go and sit down. You just good. You understand? Yeah. But I'm freaking dying. Right? So I got this message, guys. Listen to this. I hardly get this type of message, but sometimes I do. It said, good morning, Mr. Idafi, good morning. I sent a DM to you on Twitter, your hacked account 4 years ago. Okay, certain how much I look up to you. I was still at the university then, and you gave me good advice to always read more books than any individual. I took that advice well and it paid off. Since then, I have gone to work for my university radio station, Lasso Radio, as a sports analyst, and I intend in Coca-Cola bottling company. Oh, I have one friend, Desmond, sorry. And during my service year, I was a football commentator in camp.
Yeah,
really? That's nice. I also worked as the president / co-editor for the editorial team in my NYC in Oyo State. Next month, I will be going to Indiana University to pursue my PhD in microbiology. I'm grateful for your advice, and you played a huge part in my success story. I would like to meet you and talk to you before I leave the country and learn from your experience on how you coped as a foreigner in another country. Also talk about football at length. I also don't mind being on your show. So this is how you came to this show now, yeah. Right? Okay, so you're on the show. Let's have a talk about this your message. 4 years ago, honestly speaking, I do remember. And again, this type of messages a whole lot. Some I remember because of how very, very deep it was. Like one guy who left school because of autism problem. I can't see the guy again, but left school because of autism problem, but he was still sending the signal to his parents that he was in school.
Yeah.
He had been rusticated. I told him, you have to go back to your dad. Tell him the truth, but also promise him that you're going to go back, start afresh, write your work, go back to school. And as God will have it, this was way, way back. He went back to school, he went to the same Lasso, and he graduated, and then he started working. And it was, for me, that was like one of my greatest achievements as a person. Dealing with strangers could be very, very difficult when you talk to somebody and you expect them to just take your thing. So Habib Ayodeji Ogunyemi, let's share your story.
Okay.
What was happening with you in school then? Because you don't look like a rough boy. You look like a boy that have it all put together from a decent home. What was happening to you in school that got you so distracted and all that?
Oh, okay. I wanted to study medicine back then in school. So
you still look like a doctor.
I wanted to study medicine back then in school, and it didn't work out, so I got microbiology. So while in class, because before getting admission, I used to listen to you on Brilla FM, especially Sport on the Go. I think my morning routines was like I'll wake up early in the morning, as early as 6 a.m. and I'll listen to radio till 10 p.m. The big sport breakfast show. Yeah, the big sport breakfast show, and the art tackle. Then you move on to the fans assembly.
The show that I hate the most, art tackle. Jesus Christ, show is useless.
So from the fans assembly, you move on to Sports on the Go. So it was like you can wake up in the morning and you be on Brilla from 6 in the morning to like 12 a.m.
We were that good.
Yeah, we were that good then. So I like.
I'm off in the evening.
Exactly.
That nigga is crazy.
So I used to listen.
I miss him.
Exactly. Yeah. So I used to listen to your show. So when I gained admission, it became very, very difficult to keep up with. Something I used to like all your life. You used to listen to radio, and you find it difficult to actually listen to something you love. You have classes, you have lectures as early as 7 a.m. Even Sports on the Go, which I really like. I found it difficult to listen to it. So it became very, very difficult to adjust. So I think I struggled a bit. I kind of struggled a bit because my expectations for my academics was to really be the best I can be, but I was finding it difficult because of the change of environment and scenario.
Yeah.
So I think when I joined Twitter in 2018, I was very, very skeptical about social media because I didn't really like the way it was portrayed. So, but when I joined in 2018, I was like, no, I have to message you first. Like, you're the first person that I have to message, and I look up to you, and I sent that message to you. So when you gave me that advice, it gave me the needed motivation to pursue my academics fully, and I think I really did well. Like, before messaging you, it was very, very difficult, but after messaging you, it became very easy for me to focus on my books, on my studies, and it was like the stepping stone for me.
Well, I'm grateful to God that God used me as a bridge to cross one very, very difficult patch. But looking at it now, do you look back and say, okay, thank God you read? Because now, you didn't spend time in the lounge here, and then you're already carrying one of the biggest books in our office library. I was like, okay, that's an addiction. I've seen people come here, spend 4, 5, 6 hours, right? They don't even remember that. They don't even see that these books, as many as those books exist. Okay, these ones, I know them. By their fruit you shall know them. That's the Bible talk. So sometimes, do you not agree with me that nothing is hard if you choose to commit to it?
Exactly.
And then you're going to do your PhD. You are just 24. By the time you're 26, you are up there already. What value are you going to add to society? Because society has been giving you all your life. Now, it's time when you're done with your PhD, you need to. Are you going to come back and, because almost everybody who get doctorate, who get one major degree out of Nigeria, is I'm sorry guys, I'm going to say this, but it is what it is. All the only people that come out with big degrees in Nigeria, the only thing they do is penis enlargement. I hope that's not what you're going to do, because you need to make impact. Okay, so this is my belief. I'm an academician too, but this is my belief. The doctorate degrees and PhDs that Nigerians get, and people will be angry with me, especially Nigerians abroad, will be angry with me here now, but they are useless as far as I'm concerned. Most time when I meet somebody and say doctor, so I say, are you a medical doctor? Say no, academic doctor, as I used to see, this one is useless. You should have, that money you spent is waste. Because to me, most Nigerians spend that money to become a doctor just to be introduced a doctor, or to put PhD as a title. I hope that's not what you want to do.
For me, I don't even like the doctor title itself. Maybe because I didn't study medicine, I found it very. I think I grew a bit of hatred towards the word doctor. So even when I've completed my PhD, I don't want to be addressed as doctor. for me, doing a PhD is to become a better individual. There are some problems in microbiology which I hope to tackle.
Good.
In area of pathogenesis, which is a key area in Nigeria, how microorganisms cause diseases and how they transfer diseases from one organism, from one individual to another. So that's the area I'm going to focus on. So the aspect of doing a PhD is to understand basic fundamental questions and molecular questions like, why does this organism do this? Why does it do that? And it's very useful. It transcends from health to the industry,
human behavior,
to human behavior,
society, and all.
Society. So it's like I'm trying to learn more about this thing to help the society become better.
That's the answer that I'm looking for. Like somebody says, okay, I'm going to get this because I want to solve a problem.
Yeah.
Don't go get it because you want to have a title. Like I have 3 kids and I'm already drumming it on them that don't go to school because you want to have a title.
Exactly. And for me, it's going to be a very, very stressful period because the PhD is 5 years in the US.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a very, very stressful period. So if you are not passionate about what you are doing, you'll probably find it very, very difficult to cope.
Well, people out there, this is 24-year-old man, your kind. Young people out there, this is your kind talking to you. Because sometimes when we speak, we say, you guys are old, you don't know anything, so shut up. And we've learned how to shut up and drive. There's even multiple music about that one, shut up and drive. Okay? But one of yours is talking to you now. I think you should listen to what he's saying. And I have a friend. I think it's when you say I don't have too many people that I can call my best friend, but this guy is the kind of guy that will take a bullet for me. Dr. Mutali Ayodeji, he's got my back. He's got me like this is the guy. If I'm doing this today, it's the first person who called me and said, "Guy, it's about time. You're too good right now at this stage. It's about time you start your own." That was 2013. So it's about time you start doing your own. And in 2014, he reminded me again, he said, one day they'll clone you. I've been around long enough. One day they'll clone you, you'll be useless. Go and do your own thing. I was like, come on. You know how much it costs to do your own thing? It's in this town, nobody, no connection. He said, just try, just start. And he's been a very, very major surprise in Pakistan right now. And it's been like that kind of guy who you can bank on. So I think that as you grow too, you need friends. Me, I don't believe in two.
Your childhood friend, is he your childhood?
It's not my childhood friend. I got to know him in Lagos. I got to know him in Lagos. It was at my wedding in 2011, and when people take out their time, it was just my fan who became a friend, right? But it's deep. Not too many people have access to my house. If you get access to my house, then you really are my friend. If you don't have access to my house, all those social media people call them, I'm your friend. Deceive yourself. Fool yourself. So that guy's got access to my house.
Is he the one that buys chocolates for your kids and they call him uncle?
No, not that. That's Ediale Kingsley. Not my Ediale Kingsley. Ediale Kingsley is trying to kidnap my children. That's Ediale Kingsley. Somebody is not that. No. My children don't call him uncle. He's there. I'm here. His family is in Sweden. He relocated from Nigeria. One of the best orthopedic doctors in Nigeria. Was formerly at Mobi, and then he moved to Kano. It was the he was working at the Kano hospital, and then he moved to Sweden with his family. They're doing fine and doing well, but it's everywhere. When I was in Dubai, he flew all the way from Sweden to come see me in Dubai.
Wow.
And then now he's in Pakistan doing 3 months. You know, all those medical people always do training every time, and that's what's doing. So let's look at the transfer gist that we got. Thank you very much, Habib, for coming. It's not easy coming all the way from Ikorodu and being on time. I respect that. Many people say they want to come to the studio. The problem we always have is they come in late and they sit out there. I don't even let them come inside the studio because if you can't respect my time, I don't have value for you. Barcelona finally made a bid for Bayern Munich and Poland striker Robert Lewandowski, who's 33 years old, which is worth in the region of £34 million. That's 40 million euro. And Barcelona fans in Nigeria, whose the money is not coming from their account, are not feeling happy. I don't know why they're angry, but if you give me Lewandowski for £40 million just one season to score those goals that he scores, I'm going to be happy. But one of the things that I'm bothered about Barcelona is what happened to the Aubameyang that was banging goals and scoring hat-trick at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of January when he moved to Barcelona. All of a sudden, nobody's talking about him anymore. Is it that it's not useful? Because they seem to be looking for a lot of strikers. I'm worried. Okay, Portugal's captain Cristiano Ronaldo, 37, is reportedly concerned about Manchester United transfer business under new manager Eric Ten Hag, and is considering quitting Old Trafford. Bye to Jati. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Bayern Munich could make a move for Ronaldo if Lewandowski leaves them this summer. I mean, I wanted to say that how sweet and how convenient it is that Bayern Munich, Lewandowski is about to go to Barcelona, and all of a sudden Cristiano Ronaldo is preparing himself for that. Okay, does strike me now. He's won the Italian league, he's won the English league, he's won the Spanish league, he's gonna win the German league now, and then the conversation again. Oh, Messi, I've now won that league. Tired of that. Manchester United have increased their bid for 25-year-old Barcelona midfielder Frankie de Jong from a fixed 60 million euros, which is 51.5 million pounds, to 65 million euros, which is 55.8 million pounds. But the Spanish club wants a minimum of 75 million euros, which is 64. I think Manchester United should just pay this money and move on. They've got the money. The former agent of Neymar says the 30-year-old Brazilian forward has a dream to be a Champions League winner at Paris Saint-Germain and will not stop until he achieves it. Okay, I have a dream that my dream little children one day will live in a land where they will not be judged by the color of their skin. They're still being judged now. Hey, as you go America, be careful. Black people are sacrificial lamb. They are sacrificial lamb in that place. Denmark midfielder Christian Eriksen, 30, is deciding whether to join Manchester United or stay at Brentford. Brentford are not offering him money they never thought they would offer anybody, and he's beginning to turn his head like, okay, in this club I don't need to, I'm not going to be under too much pressure. Man United, everybody talk about DNA, characters, Alex Lucas, blah 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 blah, and he doesn't want to be there. Manchester United and France midfielder Paul Pogba, this is so former, 29, has an agreement in principle to join Juventus on a free transfer from the month of July, according to Sky Italian. Okay, Chelsea will compete with Manchester United for Ayers and Brazil winger. Why does Chelsea like to sign a lot of wingers with the ones they already have that are not functioning? Anthony, after holding talks with the 22-year-old representative, according to Football 365. Okay, Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham are exploring the prospect of signing Atletico de Madrid and Belgium winger Yannick Carrasco, useless player. As far as I'm concerned, that's a waste of money. Okay, this summer, after details of the 60 million euros release clause on his contract, nobody should bother about that one. Okay, France midfielder Adrien Rabiot wants to leave Juventus and join a Premier League club, and the story yesterday all over the place is that Arsenal is the team, and from the talk, the fee could be between 50 to 20 million euros, which is about 13 to 17 million pounds. That's cheap money. But Adrien Rabiot, my problem with Adrien Rabiot is on his day is a killer, but the funny thing is his days are always far in between. That's another Aaron Ramsey. I don't want a player who on his day is good. I want a player that is good almost all the time. Okay, who have few days off, but this guy can be off for an entire season. On his day he could wreck any opposition, but you don't want a player who on his day, okay, it's football, you get paid every week. The club don't pay you on their day, they pay you every week,
and it comes with his mommy's drama.
Yes, that's my problem with him. See, I like him. He's a good ball juggler, he's a good midfielder, he's a marshal, but there's always that caveat on his day. I don't like that. Okay, just are interested in 22-year-old Juventus and Netherlands centre-back Matthias de Ligt, and even Matthias de Ligt, I've also said he wants to leave. Juventus, what happened? Old lady is falling down now. Lyon have moved to sign Manchester United target Terrell Malacia. The 22-year-old Dutch international left back currently plays for Feyenoord. Brighton are interested in Manchester City forward Liam Delap, the son of Rory Delap, who's used to throw long ball, okay, and could explore signing the 19-year-old on loan as part of talks with the Premier League champions regarding the sale of Spain defender Marc Cucurella. Please, they should do that deal. Manchester City are looking at a move for 29-year-old German goalkeeper Stefan Ortega, okay, who is available on a free transfer after his contract expired at Armenian Bielefeld. Leicester City could make a move for Rennes France midfielder Benjamin Bourgard, okay, with the 28-year-old likely to cost the Foxes a fee in the region of 8 million, which is chicken feeds, okay. AC Milan are considering signing Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz. For a while now they've been on this trail, so maybe they're close now. And 24-year-old Brazilian agent have traveled to the Italian club office to have a conversation. That's according to Tutto Mercato Web on the Italian side of town. Marcel wants to sign Portuguese defender Nuno Tavares, 22, on loan, and Arsenal will consider the move if they can recruit in that position. So that's the size of the show this lovely, amazing, and wonderful morning. I hope I didn't I didn't skip anybody's message. And okay, so Maria, I have something to say. My Facebook darling, he said I can relate to the story in terms of being a good radio listener. You've been like, you are my tattoo. This Maria is tattooed to me. I've not seen her also. She's tattooed to me. Lord Mayor says, okay, Tosi said, seeing the world is education in itself, and it's exposed you to so many things and change your world view. Now I know why you are so blunt. You are doing great. Thank you very much, bros. Lord Mayor says, Liverpool, now, of course, you bought a player for 30 million and you sold for 35 at 30 years of age. Okay. Emmanuel Okonta, traveling is part of education. It exposes you to other cultures and way of life, and it also helps you to be patient. If you want to learn patience, traveling is one of the ways you learn how to be patient, and then you also understand humanity a whole lot. When I traveled to India, I understand that this thing we call traffic here is child play. And then I was in Mexico one time, in Guadalajara. Okay, this thing we call traffic. Okay, don't worry. Oh, rush hour in New York.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day. And this allow for my says success to your new challenge. Okay, they're talking to you. Eze Patrick, he say come in late today. Sorry about that one. He say good morning. It's my birthday tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. You said it's still late. So I don't know. I'd love to send you a cake. I don't know your direct. I don't know. No, I'm not sending. I'm not promising anything. And this the last one we're going to read today. It says so Bayern signed money to help their prospects. Ronaldo for Genge pressing. This guy is crazy. Man should be careful. They should not disrupt their dressing room. All right, I understand that. And then the gist coming from Mane camp is that the reason, and I don't want to believe it, but let me just say it for the fun of it. The reason why Mane left Liverpool is because Jurgen Klopp said that the African Cup of Nations is a small tournament. And Mane, whose ambition in the future is to be the president of Senegal, who's been spending all of his money to build his community in Senegal, give them light, give them water, give them road, give them schools, hospitals, what's there? And then the fans, his people spoke to him and told him that, look, his village people spoke to him and told him, leave Liverpool and go somewhere else. And somehow it also coincide with Bayern willing to pay £250,000 a week. Now, to think about the fact that he spends about 50% of his money in the community, and more money means that he will save more and also spend more on those people, maybe everything worked. All things work together for good for the Senegalese people that love Sadio Mane. That's the way I see it. That's the size of the show today. Thank you very much. But before I go, do you have any message for people out there who listening to radio? Some people are afraid to like jump into somebody's DM. How much courage did it take you to jump into somebody's total stranger's DM and ask for life questions?
I don't do that except if I look up to you.
Oh, okay.
I don't jump into people's DM. What's the point?
Yeah, I can't. I say I'm the most scared person. I don't want to get into somebody's DM and then the person munch it and put it publicly.
Yeah,
so
I think I experienced something like that. There was someone I was looking up to. Like, she also finished a doctorate degree, and I sent a long message to her because she finished from my university. And what this person did, she didn't reply at first. She said she screenshotted it and went to post it on her WhatsApp status. Like, okay, see what this person did. Yeah.
Even me, I will need to take permission from you before I post what you send me out there, because I mean, you could sue me, right? Yeah. But people don't understand that you could somebody can sue you for doing that. Yeah. So you have to like, can I do this? Am I allowed to? And then you go and do it. But you know, it's just part of the world that we live in. Me, if I'm looking up to you, Alibaba, I need sending me DM. Nah, I go your office. See, I can take that embarrassment, but get out of here. Go. now only me, and whoever was there at that moment. I said, but putting that on social media might just wreck me up. So I'm very, very careful. My producer says stand by evil people. So we gotta go now. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you love what we're doing here, invite your friends so that this community can grow and grow. And as you're going to Indiana, please preach our gospel. Our time difference will be very, very much anyway. But whatever it is, thank you very much for coming in the Elevator TV Radio neighborhood today.
Much. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your story, and I wish you success in your pursuit for the next 5 or 6 or 7 years. And please don't take heed to the distraction. Forget the distraction. Focus on what you want. You're coming from Nigeria. You represent all of us now. Don't do something that will give you news flash for a negative reason. Give your parents a reason to be happy that they give birth to a child like you and they're investing in a child like you. Thank you very much. My name is Indafi Mathias. You love to come in here with Owner Sports. It's been the Sports Buffet. Siko, I've been here. Producer Siko Blade. Cecil Harry is his name, but he loves to go by the money count. Siko Blade has been producing, and we've got Habib Ayodeji, right? Yeah, in the studio with us today, sharing beautiful story. And he's a fantastic analyst. Anyway, and I don't know how microbiology mixed with sports, but whatever it is. But thank you very much for having us. Bye bye, and have yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye.
TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.